dito sa Pilipinas. Ang nangyaring Asian Innovation Forum kanina ay isang connection sa mga MSMEs, sa mga MSME at ang mga players sa fintech gaya ng Globe, gaya ng Union Bank Digital. So at iba pang mga players sa industriya. So ang naging kasama natin doon boss sina Mr. Henry Aguda ng Union Bank Digital. Dumating din po si Mr. Frederick Imson ng PCSO.
Ng PCSO.
Yes, opo. Dumating din si Mr. Robert Bastillo ng
SB Corp.
Opo. And then si Mr. Pabi Garcia. Andun po siya.
Ng Cebu Cooperative.
Yes po. Napakaganda po nung discussion with Mr. Pabi kanina dahil kinento niya yung tungkol dun sa isang franchise opportunity na ino-offer nila sa Cebu ngayon at na-excite yung mga participants natin kanina about the opportunity. So kasama din natin kanina si Miss Ann David ng Globe Business as one of the panelists. And madami pong dumating na participants kanina. I think there were around 200 participants.
Actually, ang gusto nating pasalamatan dyan sa mga MSMEs, yung mga actual participants.
Yes po.
Basic Mrs. Trina Biazon at saka si Mayor Rufi Biazon. Lalo din kanyang mga staff na talagang tumutulong para siguraduhin na yung mga participants ng MSME ay nandoon at talagang nakikikonekta doon sa ating mga resource speakers. So, shout out kay Kate, kay Mylene, and of course, lahat ng LGUs ng Muntinlupa na nag-participate. And of course, yung ating kaibigan, si Miss Mila de la Piedra. Kaya meron kayong, ang base sa count, you have around 300 participants ngayon. So it's really a resounding success. And hopefully, yung ating CSR ay maituloy doon sa sunod natin. We are already aiming for the number 3 AIF na gaganapin ngayong Oktubre, Alan.
Opo. Ang ganda ng discussion po kanina kasi naipaliwanag ng maayos ng mga speakers natin yung kung paano gamitin ng teknolohiya sa sa negosyo ng mga MSME. Lagi nilang sinasabi na huwag matakot sa bagong teknolohiya at naipaliwanag nila ng tapat yung teknolohiya na hindi naman pala ganun kahirap intindihin. And yun nga yung opportunity din po na madami pa lang mga loan facilities na available, na pwede na lang gamitin.
Yes.
At magiging madali na to sa pamamagitan ng digitization.
Yes.
Kasi gamit lang ang telepono, yung mga IDs, kukunan mo na lang ng picture, and then yung submission, hindi mo na kailangan pumunta sa actual na opisina. So, at yung mismong, yung sinasabi nilang, sabi nga ng mga millennials, yung UI at yung UX, yung kung paano gamitin yung mga apps na ilalabas ng mga companies like Union Bank Digital, and kahit si PCSO din daw eventually yung pagbili ng lotto ticket pwede mo nang bilhin online. So opo. So yun na ang ganda ng discussion.
Ang maganda nga dyan, ang kailangan nyo na lang ngayon, dahil sa ginagawa natin na pagbubuo ng ecosystem kasama yung mga gustong magsimula ng maliliit na negosyo, teknolohiya at saka yung mga nagpapautang, ang kailangan na lang talaga dito, Eric, pagsisikap at saka determinasyon. Dahil kung talagang kulang kayo sa inyong kinikita, kung kayo ay magsusumikap, available po talaga ang funding, ang loan, at the same time, meron kung pwedeng magturo kung anong klaseng business yung inyong pasukan para kung kailangan nyo na talaga ng dagdag ng pera or alternative dun sa ating mga OFW na gusto nang umuwi, alternative na trabaho kung gusto nyo lang mag-settle sa Pilipinas. Andyan. So, pagsisikap na lang ho at saka determinasyon dahil available na po lahat ng tulong na kailangan ninyo para makapagsimula ng isang maliit na negosyo. Oo
nga, tama po 'yan, no? Kasi sabi nga yung mga lalo na yung mga OFW na syempre may ipon na ang ngayon pag-uwi nyo napakadali ng magsimula ng negosyo at makakuha ng financial support. with the entry nga nitong mga players na may na digitalize na digitize ang 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 finance industry as fintech. So yun po, hopefully sa mga susunod na Asian Innovation Forum, mas maikot pa natin ng iba't ibang mga communities and mga iba't iba pang mga stakeholders para ma-promote ang innovation, basically ng technology.
Digitalization para kumita yung mga nangangailangan ng dagdag sa kanilang hanap buhay o yung mga gusto talagang magtayo ng sarili nilang negosyo. So we'd like also to thank Bellevue for always being there. Siya ang ating partner na hotel. So, lagi nandyan. Pero yung sa sunod yata natin would be somewhere in Parañaque.
Okay.
So, magbabalik ko ang usapang OFW.
Double R is now at Radio Bandido, an informative program that tackles all issues concerning all walks of life, delivering hottest issues and events, with health consultations on air and a lot more, with your host veteran newsman Ricky Sunga and master entrepreneur Ruel So. Double R sa Radio Bandido every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. You can catch Double R on DZRJ 8:10 a.m., Radio Bandido TV channel 224, TV Plus boxes, and streaming live on Facebook/DZRJ 8:10 a.m. and YouTube channel DZRJ 8:10 a.m. Radio Bandido. 𝗨𝘀𝗽H Baby is a news-oriented program that tackles topical issues and headlines with the support of DZRJ field reporters. Hosted by the legendary Jimmy Morato, Monday to Friday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Radio Bandido TV, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air Channel 29, DZRJ 8:10 a.m., Facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m., and on YouTube channel DZRJ 8:10 a.m. Radio Bandido.
Okay,
Salimas.
Babalik sa usapang OFW. Itong episode ngayong araw talagang masasabi kong international dahil nandito ako sa Manila, si Boss 𝗨𝘀 nasa New York, at yung ating guest naman ngayon ay nasa Taiwan. Tama po ba? Tama po.
Tama, oo. Si Father. Yes. Hi, Father Joy. Ayan na si Father Joy. Si Father Joy ay nasa Taichung.
Good morning, good afternoon, Manila.
Yes.
Good afternoon po. Good afternoon po, Father from Manila. Okay.
So, Father, maraming salamat for joining us, but probably would like to start, no? Gusto sana namin malaman from you, kumusta na ba ang bahay ugnayan ngayong meron ng DMW sa ating natinayo na departamento? Meron bang additional support sa bahay ugnayan ngayong meron tayong official na Department of Migrant Workers?
First of all, thank you for inviting me sa programa na inyo na para sa mga OFW at mga Marino. First, I would like to extend my condolences to the family of Secretary Susan 𝗀𝗨𝗃 and to all the people in the DMW, OWA, all those people working in that new department. During the time of, I would say around 10 years ago, 𝗀𝗀𝗃 visited Ugnayan. And she spent a whole day with me, just the two of us, because she is really interested to know what's going on with the OFW in Taiwan. And then she wants to know more about how we run the Ugnayan Migrant Center in Taichung and in Taipei. So she know personally our work here in Taiwan. You said your question about, yes, there's a new department and there's a new office. They call it now Migrant Workers Office instead of POLO, Before it was called POLO, Philippine Overseas Labor Office. Now it's called MWO. MWO. The OWA is still OWA. They didn't change the name of OWA. So I would say again, this is a time of adjustment for all the posts of what used to be the POLO, but is now called MWO. And one of the changes is the office that what we call assistance to nationals. So now in many ways, there are two offices now of assistance to nationals. One, the office that directly is affecting the migrant workers, the OFW all over the world. Whether they come in legally or they started to become undocumented or run away from their legal status. So those will be now under the office of the MWO.
Oh.
The other ATN will still remain, for example, like in Taiwan with MECO, and in other areas will be under the embassy or consulate, because then that ATN office, Assistance to Nationals, will deal with those other people who are not really OFW. For example,
So
students, tourists, those business people, they will not be, they are not OFW. So the under our system or under our government rules, they're under DFA. So we still have to take care of them, but now it will be in that office. So now there are two ATN in one sense. The one that deals directly with the OFW and the one that are not OFW.
So
Father,
Father,
that is one of
ang
the
nangyari,
changes.
ang nangyari, Father, nagkaroon, instead na dati ay isang ATN lang, di ba, ang umaatindir sa ating mga Filipino workers or non-workers, hindi mga workers, kasama na yung tourists sa mga estudyante. Ngayon nagkaroon ng dalawa. Isang ATN at saka isang MWO, correct? Tama ba yun? Now, Father, zeroing in on your ugnayan, paano nagkaroon ng better support sa ugnayan yung pagkakaroon ng sariling MWO at saka yung sariling ATN? Kasi ang ugnayan, di ba, lahat tinatanggap mo. Kahit pa hindi mga Pilipino, tinutulungan mo. So, paano ngayon nakasuporta yung pagkakaroon ng pagsasanga noong assistance under the DMW sa ugnayan?
Well, in one sense, ako ay naapektuhan ang ugnayan. Naapektuhan dahil ang MECO decided not to support ang work ng ugnayan to help ang mga Pilipino na na-stranded o may problema dito sa Taiwan. Since the new administration, we don't get any support from the Philippine government under MECO. They just decided that maybe they don't need it or the Filipinos don't need it. So this is the first time for us because, from the time we GMA, the time of President Pinoy and Duterte, we get support from MECO because they realize that Filipinos need a shelter, especially in times of emergency. May pangangailangan na beyond our control, may sakit, or nawalan ng trabaho, o nagkaroon ng problema o kaso. Again, those things we cannot, it's beyond our control. But on the other hand, we can at least extend our assistance, especially for shelter, temporary shelter, para sila tulungan to handle their cases.
Gusto natin liwanagin yung, Father, no? Kasi mukhang bago yan. Mukhang bagong practice yan, no? Kasi buhat pa nung naalala namin, laging may support ang ugnayan kasi kayo ang tumutulong dun sa mga runaways, dun sa may mga kaso, dun sa mga transitioning, even dun sa mga turista na nangangailangan ng tulong. Pero sabi niyo, nagtanggal ng support ang MECO sa ugnayan. Dahil ba yan sa nagkaroon ng DMW? Dahil ba kayo napuntas? Dahil ang suporta ninyo ay nanggagaling na ngayon sa MWO? O wala kayong suporta at all? Pakipaliwanag please.
Walang kinalaman yun in one sense because ang assistance natin to the Filipinos, as you said earlier, ay para sa lahat. Hindi lang para sa OFW. Although, ang number one natin na tinutulungan ay mga OFW. Pero other Filipinos who might need help and assistance, we also help them. You know? So it's just that MECO decided under this new administration na hindi na sila susuporta sa ugnayan.
Ano po ang kanilang rason at tinanggal nila yung suporta sa ugnayan samantalang lahat ng mga labor attaché noon, buhat sa Kaohsiung, sa Taichung at saka sa Taipei ay naniniwala at nagkakaisa na ang role ng ugnayan ay nagpapagaang ng trabaho ng buong labor department na nasa Taiwan. Dahil nga kayo ang tumutulong dun sa mga in-between jobs at saka dun sa mga kaso na mga OFW dyan o runaway dyan sa Taiwan. Ano ho ang rason ng MECO at tinanggal ang suporta sa ugnayan?
Wala nang silang binigay na paliwanag. Wala nang binigay na sinabi lang na hindi na sila magpupundo. And again, I did not ask for more detailed explanation kasi in one sense, what we get from MECO is the MECO donation for us to help us run the ugnayan. So if they are not, willing to do it, so then in one sense we accept it. You know.
So paano na ngayon, gusto ko lang maliwanagan, paano na ngayon yung support ang binibigay niyo dun sa mga in-between jobs at saka yung may mga kaso o yung mga runaway? Paano na yun?
Awa naman ng Diyos, awa ng tao, we continue our ministry. Hindi naman tayo tumigil at hindi naman binawasan o naputol ang services natin o pagtulong natin sa ating mga kababayan. Again, as I said, regardless of the reason and situation, tayo ay tumutulong pa rin sa kanila.
So, Father, gusto kong may tanong din, no? Kasi ang pagkakaalam ko, ang Bahay Ugnayan lang isang organisasyon sa buong Taiwan na walang regulation ang Taiwanese government dahil hindi kayo tumatanggap ng tulong o ng donasyon mula sa gobyerno ng Taiwan. Tama ba yun?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Kaya, yes.
And ang main reason, of course, niyan ay para matulungan natin ang ating mga kababayan regardless of the reason why they need na sila ay kailangan tulungan. Ang ibig ko sabihin dyan is kung kailangan natin damayan o tulungan ang mga kababayan, it is for the reason that they need help at that moment, at that time. So, hindi ko kailangan humingi ng approval sa iba't ibang agency ng Taiwan government para sila ay tulungan. In one sense, ang ugnayan is a very quick place for any Filipinos in distress na kailangan ng tulong. Because we don't have to go to the paperwork or bureaucracy of getting approval whether this person is qualified or not. And in fact, ang mga ibang shelters sa Taiwan, pag alam nilang delikado, may hirapan na baka hindi maaprubahan ng Taiwan for subsidy, they will call ugnayan and said that, can you please, Father, tulungan mo muna itong mga taong ito? Because we cannot, in one sense, handle or get the support for their cases. Yun lang naman
So,
yung
Father,
unique sa ugnayan.
So, Father, may tanong ako pero mamaya mo na sagutin pagkatapos ng break. Ibig niyo bang sabihin ngayon, hihingi na kayo ng tulong sa Taiwanese government, tatanggap na tayo. Pero wag niyo muna sasagutin. Let's go for a break.
𝗨𝘀 with host Sunny Ilustre digs into current events and human interests. All viewers and listeners are invited to take part in the discussion. All opinions are welcome and respected. 𝗨𝘀 is open to assist those experiencing injustice. The motto of the show is, if God is with us, who is against us? Seen every Saturday from 4 to 5 p.m. on Radio Bandido TV, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air channel 29, facebook.com/DZRJ 810 AM, or on YouTube, channel DZRJ 810 AM, Radio Bandido. Join Arnel Doria as he explores the world of travel, transportation, road safety, and the environment. Tune in to Good Trip every Saturday at 1 to 2 p.m. on Radio Bandido TV, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air Channel 29, Facebook.com/DZRJ 810 a.m. and YouTube channel DZRJ 810 a.m. Radio Bandido.
Serbisyo publiko ba ang hanap mo? Programang tutulong at aalalay sa iyo. Tuwing linggo, Carmen Ignacio, Mark Anthony Ignacio, Miss Teresita Amansek, Malasaki Kapwa. 2 oras ng aksyon, ng tulong, ng puso. Malasaki Kapwa. 1:00 hanggang 3:00 ng hapon. Malasaki Kapwa. Mapapanood at mapakikinggan sa DZRJ 810 AM sa Radyo Bandido TV, TV Plus boxes, Sky Cable Channel 224, Digital Free-to-Air Channel 29, Facebook.com/DZRJ 810 AM at sa YouTube channel
DZRJ 810 a.m. Radio Bandido.
Malasakit Kapwa. Aksyon, tulong, puso, Malasakit Kapwa.
Okay, so
Pinagsama yung Father yung Kaohsiung at saka Taichung.
Sorry. So, balik po tayo dun sa nabiting tanong ni...
So Father, yung question ko kanina bago tayo mag-break, ngayon ba ready na kayong tumanggap ng tulong o humingi ng tulong sa Taiwan government dahil nawalan kayo ng usual support from MECO?
Hindi pa rin, because again, we want to keep ang ugnayan independent. In the sense that I really believe na ang taong nangangailangan ng tulong, especially for the shelter, they need an immediate assistance, an immediate home. They need food and lodging. I believe na ang ating trabaho sa ugnayan is to help them without condition and precondition. We sort out things as we go along, but not on the emergency, immediate needs. In one sense, ang ugnayan is like, how do you call that? Hospital, emergency room. You don't do the interview. You treat first the patient and then you do the interview later. And I think, we are very lucky, very blessed that people continue to support our work and they believe in our work. So although nawala ang isang tulong ng isang grupo, we continue our work. And I like this way also to keep our independence in running the ugnayan home, the ugnayan shelter from any other kind of, in one sense, bureaucracy or added rules. I also believe that OFW have enough problem by itself by asking for a shelter. So I don't want them to be burdened that, in order for me to get into the shelter, I have to get the approval first of the Taiwan government or the Taiwan or Taiwan immigration or even MECO. Again, in those 20 years that we run this shelter, our first response is pay attention first to the person asking for help. And then we sort of things as we go along.
Okay, good afternoon po, Father. Si Alan Hernandez po ito. So, ang tanong ko po ay para doon sa mga hindi pa po kayo nakikilala or ngayon lang po nadinig yung yung bahay ugnayan. So, ang una ko pong tanong, paano po naging pari sa Taiwan ang isang Filipino priest po gaya ninyo? Ano pong history, paano po kayo napunta sa Taiwan? And number 2 po, ano po yung nagbigay sa inyo ng ideya na itayo itong bahay ugnayan 20 years ago, sabi niyo po, no? So matagal na po ang bahay ugnayan. So pakikwento po para doon po sa hindi pa nakakaalam.
First, I was sent by ang grupo ko, ang aking priest group is Merinol. Kapatid ng community ng Miriam College, for example, diyan sa Manila.
Tama po.
So, my Merinol Society sent me to Taiwan to study Chinese, and then I went back to the US, to New York, and continue my studies. That was in 1998. And then I came back to Taiwan 21 years ago in 2002, 2003, no, it's 2002. And so, since then, nakita ko, even before that, ang need ng mga OFW all over the world. Of course, I was exposed sa needs ng mga Mexican migrants in San Francisco 40 years ago. Sila ay nasa sidewalk, nasa kalsada, malamig or mainit, looking for work. And then in Hong Kong, as you know, that's the experience of many OFW. Every Sunday, they're all over the streets and sidewalks because that's their day off in Hong Kong. Those two experiences, my own personal experiences, said, you know, in one sense, I said sa sarili ko that when I become a priest, my mission will be to the migrants, and one thing I will do is to have a house for them, a home for them. And that's how Ugnayan started. Talagang pangarap ko nang magkaroon ng Ugnayan home dito sa Taiwan, where meron ako assigned in Taiwan. In New York, 40 years ago, kami mga bagong dating noon sa New York started to organize a small community in St. Francis of Assisi in Manhattan. This was in 1982-1983. And that group is still existing. Ang tawag namin yan ay Ugnayan Filipino Community of Tri-State or New York, New Jersey, Connecticut.
So, Father, yung sa Taiwan...
That group is still in it for 40 years.
Father, sorry to interrupt, pero yung sa Taiwan, paano naitayo yung Ugnayan? Is that yung lupa dinonate sa inyo o binili nyo?
No, wala kaming sariling lupa at building. We only rent from the very beginning. We are still renting. Yeah, so one of the costs of our running the Ugnayan is because we rent the building. We don't have a building and we don't have the resources or the money to buy a land or a building in Taiwan because it's too expensive. So for those 20 years, we only rent a building, you know, and we have moved from one building to another, for one building to another for the, how do you call that, for the Ugnayan Center in Shelter. So,
Father, yes, Father, kasi I had the opportunity to visit your bahay Ugnayan, no? So siguro pwede niyong i-relate sa tao kung gaano kalaki talaga yung tulong na nabibigay ng Ugnayan, lalo na doon sa mga nangangailangan talaga ng shelter. Talagang it's a home doon sa nangangailangan talaga.
Dito sa Taichung ay umuupa kami ng 3 lugar. Ang isa ay dating sinihan, ang isa ay dating grocery. Ang grocery ang ginawa naming shelter para sa mga OFW na lalaki. Ang dating sinihan ang ginawa nating Ugnayan Center, ang simbahan, plus ang shelter naman sa mga babae. And the other building is our vocational training school na ang kapartner natin ay ang OWA for the last 15 or 18 years. So, that's how we run the program in Taiwan. Again, maswerte tayo na nakakaupa tayo ng building na malaki na kayang gamitin ng mga OFWs sa Taiwan. For example, ang PhilCom, the Filipino communities, the different organizations, as you know, they can use Ugnayan for, you know, Ugnayan Center for free. So kung may activities sila, meron silang sariling lugar. So for example, Independence Day or Migrant Sunday or Christmas, you know, they can have their party, or kainan or program or concert or singing contest dito sa loob ng Ugnayan Center. Na ngayon ay dati sinihan.
At the same time, Father, nagtuturo kayo ng mga skills dun sa mga temporarily housed sa Ugnayan, di ba? Like baking,
yes.
tinuturuan nyo sila.
Yes. Meron din tayong programa, dito naman ang kapartner natin ng OWA, again, for quite a while now. Nagpo-provide tayo ng vocational training like paggawa ng tinapay, basic computer, massage, you know, how to cut hair cutting, carpentry, bartending, you know, barista. all these trainings is a very good program ng OWA. And in Taichung, we are very successful dahil nga meron tayong facility na nagagamit ng OWA.
Kaya nga, Father, so, Father, siguro in relation to that, no, since withdraw yung support, yung funding ng MECO, I would suppose, pati OWA, hindi na gumagawa ng mga activities diyan sa ugnayan, or are you still in cooperation with them? Meron pa rin kayong mga ganyang activities?
Oh, yes. Ang relationship natin with MWO
yes.
OPA is the same. It has not changed. It continues. Ang nawalan lang tayo ng suporta is the MECO part. Ang OWA at ang MWO ay patuloy ang partnership natin sa kanila. Both in Taipei, as you know, meron tayong ugnayan vocational school in Taipei and here in Taichung. So yan na hindi natigil, patuloy ang programa natin sa kanila.
Father, doon sa ugnayan, ang pagkakaalam namin, marami dyan yung mga may kaso na either naghahabol doon sa kanilang kontrata or naghihintay sila na mag-change contract dahil allowed naman doon sa kanilang provision ng contract. Meron ba kayong mga ganyang kaso ngayon na naka-house na naghihintay na mag-solve yung kanilang?
Yes, madami. We have 26 na naka-shelter sa amin ngayon. Ang dalawa ay may cancer. So they're getting treatment. Ang dalawa ay naghahabol sa kanilang kontrata na sila ay makakuha ng transfer. One is a mother na ang may sakit ay ang kanyang baby, ang kanyang child. And the other one is a pregnant who is going to give birth this week. So isa rin yan sa mga sinishelter natin ang hindi na makapagtrabaho dahil sila ay pregnant. So pwede sila mag-stay sa atin hanggang mga anak and ready to go back to work. So and the 20 others, so out of the 26, so the 20 others are looking for work. Or looking for their overtime pay or whatever pay that they did not receive from their employer. And so all of them are looking for work.
Okay, maraming salamat po. Father, meron po ba kayong parting words sa Filipino community sa Taiwan o dito sa Pilipinas? Meron po ba kayong gustong iparating?
Well, again, I like to encourage ang lahat ng OFW, hindi lang sa Taiwan, but wherever we are. If we go abroad, we try to do our best to do well. Kasi yan ang main reason kaya tayo nag-OFW, para gumanda ang buhay natin at gumanda ang buhay ng ating pamilya. So I always tell sa ating mga kababayan, don't waste your opportunity na tayo ay nakapag-abroad, na sikapin ninyo na ang main reason kaya tayo nag-abroad ay hindi mawala sa ating puso at isipan. That is for our own good and for the good of our family. And we keep that so that we remain focused instead of nawala tayo sa focus pag tayo nag-abroad na.
So Father, thank you. Until next, it's a joy to always talk to Father Joy. So, until next, Father.
Thank you po, Father Joy.
Yeah, always welcome. Just let me know. Thank you.
At ito po ang usapang OFW.
Thank you. Until next Thursday.